I'm restarting my agency, and here's what I'm doing different. Late last year, early this year, I shut down my last agency. We weren't doing things the right way. We're churning clients. We were basically not getting good results for clients, and I decided to shut the agency down. So here's what I'm doing to restart my agency. Here's how I'm going about things in a different way this year and towards the beginning of next year. The first thing we're doing different, the first thing we're going to start with is basically posting more content and building a public brand. At the last agency, I was running it basically like an old style business. So there was no content, there was no brand that was being built on behalf of the agency. It was just basically me bringing an offer and basically commoditizing myself and saying, hey, I have a service to offer, and just looking for whoever was looking for that service, instead of coming at it from the more personal side in terms of, hey, I have a service to offer and here's my brand. This is why you should work with me. And I think we'll be a great fit to work together because this is how I present myself. This is how I do things. And I hope you like it. If you do and we align on that, then we can work together. This time around, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be creating a whole lot more content. I'm going to be building in public. I'm going to be sharing more videos like this, basically to put myself out there, to put my personality out there, and also to put out what I do as a business and, what differentiates us from the rest of the other businesses that do exactly what we do. So the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be a lot more selective about the kind of clients we work with. So that means being very, very specific about who our ideal client is, where you need to be at in your business, what kind of person you need to be to work with us, focusing on the culture fit aspect of the business, making sure we're not just working with anyone that, has a retainer to pay us, but actually specifying, what kind of clients we work with and what kind of clients we also can get the best results for. And we need to be aligned on, how we see business and how we see the client succeeding. So that way, when you come on board with us, we know, okay, this is how we're going to get you results. And this is how we can help you achieve, those milestones you want to achieve, or this is how we can help you grow your business. So being very, very specific about the kind of clients we work with and not just taking anyone in because they have the money to give us. Nailing down who our, specific client is and the kind of clients that we want to work for, the clients we know that we can get results for, and sticking to that. Even if, there could be more money made other ways, but just sticking to our guts and knowing this is who we work for and this is who we can get the best results for. The next thing is basically charging higher prices. So making sure that, we're clear about the clients we work with, we're making content, so we're putting ourselves out there, and also making sure that, we are charging prices that are high enough to actually be able to deliver the results that we're claiming to deliver for these clients. So last time I ran the agency, basically my pricing was, a commodity offer. Pricing was so low that we couldn't even deliver the kind of results we wanted to deliver for the clients. And that meant, the clients were underpaying, we were stressed, nobody was making any money, the clients were not making any money. It was a lose-lose for everyone. This time around, what we're going to do is we're going to actually charge, a good price and make sure that we hire good people to actually deliver good results. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to test out all the sales scripts. So we're going to avoid being salesy as much as possible. So that means no more sales scripts, no more emotional buy-ins. We're just going to work with logical clients that logically want to work with us because they see us, they like what we have to offer, and they're like, okay, we can see ourselves working with you and we can see you getting good results for us. So that's why we want to work with you. We're not going to work with people who we have to, emotionally manipulate or emotionally get to buy our service or product. Because what we've noticed anyways is that the kind of people that we can get to buy our products just based on emotions are the kind of people that churn the fastest. And they don't know why they're there. They're just there because we gave them a good price or because we promised them the world. And it's like, okay, that's good for like the first 2 weeks, but the moment the person becomes a client and, they have to start, calling the leads or they have to start, filming videos, then it's more like if they haven't committed with a good enough price or if they just thought magic was going to happen after they became a client, then it's like they're going to churn fast. They're going to ask for a refund. It's just going to be a mess and we're going to be in the same place all over again. So we're going to be specific about clients we work with, but also we're not going to sell people into a service that they clearly do not want or they're not the right fit for. If they do not see the value in the service by themselves, I don't think it's our job to force them into seeing the value. Our job is to present the value to the world and then choose the people that basically see, an alignment with what we have to offer. Because we do offer a good service, right? And we offer a service that we can proudly put on the market. But that does not mean everyone will see it as a good service, which is good because then we can filter out all of the people who are coming to us and select the kind of people that we want to work with and we also know we can get great results for. That way we increase, how much we can charge these people. And also these people know that they're in the right hands because, they are aligned on where we want to get to and why we're working together. The next thing I'm going to do this time around is hire good people and delegate more. So the last time I ran the agency, I was doing majorly everything myself. So like 70% of the task fell on me, and my job was to basically, handle everything from the ads to the client management to basically service delivery and back end. It was all on me. This time around, we're going to be hiring people that can actually deliver great results. We're going to be hiring A+ people, on the customer side, on the client success side, on the media buying side, so that we can actually deliver better results for our clients. And that way, we're actually focused on what matters, which is actually delivering great results and great services. So at the end of the day, the client has, what they paid money for, not, the client feels like, they got, shifted, or they didn't get what they bargained for, what they thought they were going to be getting. So yeah, that's the next thing. Hire great people, keep them, and also compensate them well. And the final thing is basically just bringing back God into the equation. So capital God. This is something I almost did not do for like the past year or two in the last business, because I thought, I had all the playbooks, I had everything handled from, knowing how to do the ads to basically knowing how to qualify the leads and all of that. And I just had a whole system and process, and I've been through the courses, I've been through the programs, I've read the books, and, I had everything figured out mentally anyways in my head. And, running the business, things just run into hiccups, like, you have everything right, you have everything going in the right place, but sometimes things just do not go to plan, and you're there wondering like, why is this not going to plan? Everything's meant to be going to plan right now, and it's just not working out. So yeah, one of the biggest things I learned was I can't control everything the way I think it's going to happen in my head. And sometimes life just happens. And when life happens, sometimes I just have to go back to God and say, hey, like, life is happening and I don't know what to do. I'm not sure why life is happening. I can't even get out of this situation. So I need some help. I need some covering. I need some backing. And, I've had, a tricky relationship with like, going to God, or, finding religion or finding faith, finding purpose, all of that fun stuff. But yeah, going into the second half and going into restarting my agency, that's going to be a big thing, just putting back God into the equation and knowing I can't control all things. I'm going to try my best, I'm going to do all the things I can do on my end, but just at the end of the day, knowing that, it's a business and, things are going to happen, but I'm going to do my best to make sure that, everything I can do and put into the business is put into the business, but also making sure that, I leave the rest to God and I pray like I'm not working, as well as work like I'm not praying. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say. I'm hoping to do more of this type of videos on this channel. So yeah, I'm going to be sharing everything in public. I'm going to be building alongside, possibly making more content like this every so often. And yeah, if you're interested in this type of content, you can, check this channel out, and basically we'll see when we see.